This is Gerald Duovan. Every letter and letter combination should also show a certain balance of features, of orientations that can be calculated and be balanced out against each other. So words that have a different order of letters should also show themselves in a different result. And that's how I came to this example of comparing the words pots, stop and post. And I have done them before, but I will do them again in independent way without looking at what I'd done before and without even remembering very well what I did. But they should be more or less the same. So without even thinking about it or without even looking at them, it should be should have a quite similar result. But it will be interesting if it will be slightly different. I have that scheme in the background where you can see where our orientations are structured upon, and so how we use them as focuses. And what immediately will come to my mind is that letter S is the last part of the system, and so yeah, some words start with them, another one will end with it, another one is near the end. The S is at the borders, at the edges, with that feedback system in there, so you can sense that already in a word like pots, which is actually like the hat gear in wool that you have. You can I can already sense that it has that pressure upon the borders, which get it where you get it back onto your hat. And you have also stop, of course, because we will start with the S first, S word first, that starts with S, so that's the word stop. So the S will go to T. T is that distinction where, of course, that feedback will come together and will make that distinction. It can almost form a triangle there. And a triangle reminds me immediately of one of these signs that is also used for a stop sign. So a kind of attention that it's that you give to, yeah, for these people, for instance, stop for them here in the traffic. It is a reminder of where you have to give attention to with st. The O, of course, will give that that space where there is a difference noticed, of an extra focus, and the P will give that an extra pressure point there. That's the stop. Let's go to pots. So P is then the first letter, so it will be the pressure first, then followed by the space, which comes after in this case. The T will, of course, also will be that distinctive pressure points that hang together there and make that distinction, so it will be lying there. At these borders, at the vertical, we have a reference point there. And then, of course, again with the S. So it's not really that different. There's a slightly different order, a slightly different emphasis, but I have my structure in which I can form the pressure points of the outer pressure points that come together and that are really describing very well this hat, this woolen hat, which is also called pots. But pots is also used to the English word, of course, which is about pots. The pots also press into each other in the same way as you have this pressure at the end with the letter S there. Then the last one is post. So here is the P first, then the O going towards the ending, so I can have the O slightly focused different as well. And of course this will have an ending there on top with the S on top, and then with the T there in the vertical. So it's a bit further at the end just because of the order of words. So the order is slightly different, but you see that the attention goes to the top layer where you end into. The pots has this ending in S, the post has this ending in T, so it's that at that vertical point that you have there, with the pressure pushing up to the top layer where S also lies, and which you can show in different ways. But it fits very well how we also associate post and the post box, because the whole structure that lies underneath is really fitting quite well where we have to end into. And even if we compare them again, I'll remind you that the last letter will be the result. So most of the focus will focus upon the end result. In stop, it will be the P. In pots, it will be the S, so the outer borders. In post, it will be the T, so that will be that vertical point of reference in space, in a space. And even if you use the same without balancing out the letters too much, even if we only would use the same structure of the same letters within the same, which is not 100% correct, but we could use it, it still will show you the differences, how we end in P, how we end in S, and how we end in T will fit with these words, so that you can fit the objects in there, the stop sign, the pots object, and the post box focus there, where you can post your letter there at that right point. And I hope this will also brought you closer to an understanding of how we really use letters as a focus. And the last letter really shows you the result. And even if you don't balance them out perfectly, as long as you have that end focus with these pressures of the letters against each other in a sort of looking for the balance, and you come out in where you have to land into, you will already understand it. Even if you're not designing it perfectly, you already have that result that is satisfying enough to understand why we choose these letters. Okay, this was Gerard Johan van Was again. Thanks for watching. Bye.